Jonathan, congratulations, first of all. That had to be I don't know how you felt in the locker room. I mean, anytime you beat a division opponent, you got to be excited. I saw Peters and Quinn and everybody pumped up.
I thought you were doing personal congratulations first.
Oh, okay, we could do that. Congratulations.
The guy looks like he did a big photo shoot and everything for his announcement.
Congratulations on that. This is the first child, right?
Yeah, we're having the first one, so we're super excited.
Oh, now, awesome. The photo shoot, let me ask you about the photo shoot bit. I have a wife who likes to do those kind of photo shoots. Were you on board with that photo shoot announcement? Because that was clearly a professional photographer, right?
I know he didn't coordinate it. Right. There's no chance that happened.
So I'm kind of known around the city as the grump when it comes to, like, media day because I just do not like taking photos. But, you know, when your wife wants to take maternity photos, you really don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
And surprisingly enough, I actually did coordinate it.
Oh, this is shocking news.
Oh, cakes.
Nice.
Always bet against cakes.
Wow, that is shocking. Okay, did you at least negotiate with the photographer about the rate, or did you just accept whatever the rate was? How'd that go down?
So the photographer was Emily Fales, our team photographer. So I just asked her at the city.
Nice. That's the way it should be done.
She took care of it.
Jonathan, what's the due date?
She will be here anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks. Due date is October 29th, but, you know, I think she'll be here a little early.
Now, this is a very important and controversial question. Have you picked the name yet? Because
But don't say it.
No, of course he's not going to say it. But, I mean, people go back and forth about it. You never want to tell anybody what it is beforehand because then everybody's going to just say they don't like the name or that
Well, they'll
name.
always say, oh, that's a nice one. But what about this?
Right.
You know, everyone has their suggestions.
Has the name been picked yet?
So we've had a name picked out for a while.
Okay.
But we're not telling anybody.
Right.
That's
Smart.
the reason that you already stated. People, you know, they like to give their 2 cents. And I don't think it's malice behind it, but, you know.
Yeah, right.
As first-time parents, we just don't want to. We like our name, and, you know, that's the one we're going to stick by.
Very good.
The one thing
Will you actually put together the crib? Will you actually assemble the nursery, or do you farm that all out?
Oh, Nick Turner's going to do that.
That's true.
I'll be honest, I did about 50%. A lot of the furniture that we bought, when it came, they assembled it for us. So the crib was the one thing I did not have to assemble there. So that was awesome.
Thank God.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, well, listen, let's get back to the game there. I want to just focus on that for a little bit. What were you feeling in the locker room? Because, you know, it's amazing to win, but in the back of your mind, you got to be thinking, man, we got to punch this in. We got to score some touchdowns. And, you know, we're getting kind of gutted up the middle here on the run. What were your emotions like after the game?
You know, it's always good to have to learn a lesson after a win instead of after a loss. So the fact that we won a divisional game, that's going to be huge later in the season. So from that aspect, we're happy. A lot of things that we need to clean up. We don't feel like our game-breaking cleanups. It's just a little tweak here and there. Defensively, obviously, we just got to fit better in our gaps. I mean, too many times one guy will jump out of a gap, and we're playing good defense, but then we'll just give a one play here or one play there, and it's just not consistent. And obviously, offensively, you got to put the ball in the end zone. You know, you get in the red zone 7 times, that's phenomenal. So we were able to move the ball, just little things here and there hold us back. So, you know, luckily we were able to, you know, still get out and get the win and didn't have to learn a very tough lesson, you know, this last game.
Defensively, Daniel Jones has been a problem for you guys. There wasn't consistent pressure in this game. I think he was hit just 4 times. Somebody tweeted this, and I don't know the answer. And they were like, well, if the strength of the defensive line is the interior with Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne, would they ever consider moving Jonathan Allen to the outside for a couple of downs? Is that something that you've done in the past, would be willing to do, or why is it not done?
I'll be willing to do it. I mean, I actually did it a couple times this game, and you know, when you look at the Giants game, I don't know. Do you guys have the all 22? Are you guys able to see the review copy, or do you only watch the TV copy?
Yeah, we're too cheap. We just watch the game
we're too
copy.
lazy. Yeah.
So I mean, when you look at the Giants game plan, they came out and it was heavy max pro. I mean, and on some plays they only released 2 receivers. And in that situation, you're looking at 3 doubles across the board, and obviously that wasn't all game. But, you know, they made it a point of emphasis. They're going to max pro. They're going to get the ball out super quick. They're going to try to do whatever they can to make sure they don't put them in a position to really be effective. And I think they did a good job doing that. Obviously, I'm always going to say we can be better, and we're going to be better. But, I mean, that's just the chess match that's within the game, you know. They did a good job. They came out max pro, running the ball, make sure to try to keep the game from having to be in his hands at all times. And, that was the game plan they chose. And, yeah.
Well, can you explain what your guys' defensive game plan? Because I'm glad you mentioned the all-22, et cetera, because I was looking at the PFF grades just before you came on, and I'll be honest, when I watched the game, I go, I remember Jon had an early play, and then I don't remember Jon's name being called, or I'm not sophisticated enough to see all the doubles and all of that. And then I look at PFF, and they got drawn 2, you 4 overall for the team defensively. Like, you guys ranked very high defensively, at least in terms of PFF's grades. And they felt like you did an excellent job, did your job. I don't know. Can you say, like, are you guys doing what you're supposed to be doing, and the linebackers got to come in there and fill the gaps? Are you supposed to make the tackle? Like, explain to us how it's supposed to work.
Well, I mean, the thing that's tough is, well, first and foremost, I'm always going to say I got to do better. You know what I mean? But as a defensive tackle, there's going to be some games where I got the pill, and the pill gets passed around the defense. Last week, I think Benjamin St. Juste had the pill when his matchup with Mike Evans. We all know how great Mike Evans could be, and he has the pill. This week, I think some of the pill was on us and playing double teams, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Every game is not going to be a game where might not be a big number, but, my job is to go out there and make sure these double teams aren't getting me knocked back and try to make opportunities for other people. And, that just is what it is. Obviously, there's some plays I wish I could have back and I wish I could have made, but, all in all, every game someone's going to have the pill, and it was a little bit on, the D-line this game. And it is what it is. We'll gladly take that pressure.
Jonathan, this is just a strange game because not only did the 7 field goals win it for you, but the opening kick where Austin takes it to the house, it's called back because of the penalty. But Graham Gano hurts his hamstring, right, which dictated for the rest of the game how the Giants, with their decision-making in the red zone and in scoring chances. So, I mean, you had the 7 field goals on your end, and then their kicker on the other end is out for the entire game. And then they have to go for that 4th down instead of kick a field goal, and Neighbors drops it. I mean, this was just – you guys got some huge breaks there, but it was just a strange game.
Were you aware of that, Jonathan? Like constantly thinking, like, typically you're in the mode that, okay, it's 3rd and long. I know everyone goes for stuff now, but we're probably going to force a punt here or they're going to kick a field goal. Was it always present in your mind that it was in the second half and throughout that game it was basically 4-down territory in a lot of ways for them?
Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely was present. It was a little weird. There was a couple of times where on 4th down, I'm running off the field, and I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. They might go for it. They got to, you know what I mean? So that definitely happened to me a couple of times where I kind of forgot that they were in that situation. I had to wait, hold on, let me go back out there. But, I just think it's good for us to be able to be in a weird game like that and come out on the other end this time. I feel like too many times in the past we would be in a weird game and we would fall just short. So, I know people aren't going to make a big deal out of it because it's the Giants, quote unquote, but at the end of the day, whenever you win a divisional game in the second game of the season, that's huge. I mean, every game counts, and a divisional game counts for a game and a half. So, we're excited. Obviously, a lot of things that we want to clean up. We're nowhere near playing where we want to, but at the end of the day, it's better to learn these lessons after a win as opposed to after a loss.
Joined by Pro Bowl defensive tackle Jonathan Allen from your Commanders. We were talking about this off air, and I want to play a game with you. You guys have had 5 kickers in the last year. How many can Jonathan Allen name?
Please don't make me play that game.
Let's put you on the spot, Jonathan.
Well, your current kicker is who?
Don't make me play that game.
Oh, you don't even know Austin?
Doesn't matter.
He got the game?
He doesn't care.
He's got a silly leg.
It's just some nerd kicking balls.
He kicked 7 field goals.
He don't care about that guy. Some ex-soccer player.
Did you talk to Austin, that guy? Did you talk to that guy after the game and give him props?
Well, of course I did. Gave him a congratulations, and I thought it was really cool for him to have a moment that he's going to be able to talk to his kids about one day.
Right.
Anytime he kicks 7 field goals, that's absolutely huge. Obviously we would like to punch those in the end zone, but you know what? It is what it is. And,
can you name Jon? Can you name one kicker you've ever worked with?
Well, of course, Justin Hopkins.
All right.
Joey Flock.
He knows the punter. He's got to know the punter. He's been here forever.
He definitely knows Tress. Everybody knows Tress.
All right, it's time now for the Pizza Bowlies question of the week. Pizza Bowlies offering wings, subs, and more. Pizza Bowlies delivers more taste. Download the Pizza Bowlies app for easy ordering. Will it be easier to sack Joe Burrow this week on Monday Night Football because he's not shifty like Baker or Daniel Jones? That's from Mike from Alexandria.
The thing that's tough about that is it doesn't always come down to their shiftiness. It comes down to multiple things. It comes down to their game plan. Are they getting the ball out quick? Are they max throwing? And then on top of that, you got to look at a quarterback's footwork. I've seen Tom Brady have some phenomenal footwork in the pocket and make a lot of guys miss. So it's not just about your athleticism. It's about your footwork and be able to make sudden movements in the right time and having a good feel for pocket presence. So, Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL for a reason. So there's always going to be a chance to get to the quarterback because hope they call the right play. You got to beat your man. DB's on the back end got to cover. He can't be able to go to his first read. Then you get to the quarterback. You can't hit him too high. You can't hit him too low. You can't put all your pressure on him. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that go into it, but we'll be ready.
Hey, I got to ask you about Jamin being scratched and healthy and active or whatever. Healthy scratch. Were you guys surprised by that? Do you expect to see Jamin this week? Was that just kind of like a weird numbers game because of maybe some guys they called up from the practice squad? Because I still haven't heard an official report on why that happened.
One thing I know about the NFL is you can't get caught up in the numbers game. And the thing that sucks is sometimes things happen that aren't in your favor, not because of your play, but because of needs elsewhere on the team. So, I don't know if I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't find out he wasn't playing until the day of the game.
Right.
But, that's the thing about being a pro. You got to be ready whenever it happens. So,
So how are you feeling about the game on Monday night against Cincinnati? Because, they got a legit receiver. You kind of already talked about it. They got a great quarterback. They had the Chiefs beat. And I thought their defensive coordinator made a bad call by just rushing 3 guys against Mahomes. I think they should have rushed more guys, but they got the pass interference, last-second field goal. How are you feeling about this game on a Monday night out in Cincinnati?
I'm excited. I'm ready to play. We all know it's a week-to-week league, so we're ready to get this preparation, started and looking forward to continue this momentum into next week.
Does it change your – you're a pro, so you're going to go as hard as you can always every week. But in the back of your mind, does it affect you when you hear that everyone's picking the Bengals? How does that impact your brain?
To be honest, I couldn't care less. I stopped caring what the media had to say about this team and about me so long ago. So,
zero impact.
As Coach Saban says, it's all rat poison anyway.
We're rat poison. Hey,
don't matter to me.
You're a couple games in. It's maybe tough for us to tell as fans, but what is the difference in philosophy defensively from Joe Witt's defense as compared to the defenses the last couple of years? What should we be looking for that's different?
I would say we're more aggressive, we're more attacking. And I think the thing about our defense that I love is we preach flying around and physicality. So the way our linebackers just fly around and hit people is so fun to watch and honestly so fun to be a part of.
Well, you definitely saw that with Luvu. He was flying around, hitting.
He was shot out of a cannon this past weekend.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Hope to see more of that. Jonathan, thanks for the time, man. We appreciate it. Best of luck in Cincinnati, and congrats again on the new arrival coming in a few months. It's awesome.